People are interested in travel, and so what do I do if I'm not traveling? Who am I if I'm not a traveler? What do I do? What am I interested in? What do I like move forward with? It's just so bizarre. I don't know why this is making me cry. This video wasn't as upbeat as it normally is, but I just had to talk. Just real talk. Hey guys, my name is Shayla and I make these videos every Wednesday. I've been traveling and YouTubing full-time since 2015. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you like travel or adventure or just like doing things, please subscribe. And if you're interested, my Instagram is living on a one-way. I do Insta stories like all the time. I am back in Minnesota and this video has been extremely difficult to film because I'm not exactly sure what I want to say about it. I've been traveling full-time and now I'm not traveling as much, and it's been a major identity crisis. And if this video sounds boring to you, just go ahead and skip. But if you're like, yeah, I just came home from long-term travel and you feel like you can relate, tell me I'm not alone in the comments. The identity crisis is coming from being a full-time traveler and video maker about my adventures out in the world. Now I'm in one spot and I'm struggling to figure out exactly what to do here. I've created this channel. People are interested in travel. And so what do I do if I'm not traveling? And I've gotten some messages like, we don't care. We just are following the journey. And I'm like, oh, it's just, I don't even know what to say. It's difficult. Who am I if I'm not a traveler? What do I do? What am I interested in? It's harder for me to be in one spot than it is to move around because I have things like rent. And in other countries, rent's a lot cheaper. My car just broke. So now do I buy a cheap car so that it's paid off? Payments to me feel like the heaviest ball and chain of just like zero freedom, but also not having a vehicle is like cabin fever in this house. So I'm going to tell you a couple things about what I've been up to basically to kind of keep all of these feelings away. But first, I want to describe to you what travel is like for me. It's about being whatever version of yourself you want. There's not someone sitting next to you going, that doesn't really seem like you. If someone's like, hey, do you want to go cliff jumping? And you would never do that at home, you might be like, yeah, let's go. Let's give it a try. And you just get to like experiment with who you are and who you want to be, and you just get to be whoever you want. And it's not about being inauthentic or fake. I feel like it's about being the truest version of yourself where you are like open to everything. You can just like meet anybody. You could talk to somebody on the bus. You could talk to somebody in line. It's not weird because people are interested in like, why are you here? How long are you traveling for? And they want to know your story and you want to know theirs. But like everybody has a story, but not everybody's like so open to sharing it as when they are traveling. So then you come home and now you've got friends all over the world, but none where you are. And not none. I definitely have friends here that I go hang out with and talk to, and it's great. Also, what I love is that my norms are challenged. The things that have always been this way, of course, my whole life, are like done completely different somewhere else. Or like my norm, they're like, you do what? And to like have your mind just explode over and over again. This is like a very elementary example, but I remember being in Puerto Rico, and I don't know if this is all of Puerto Rico, if this is just the family. They cut an orange in half and they handed it to me. This orange is not peeled. I don't have a spoon. Like, how am I supposed to eat this half orange? And so I had to like wait a second and watch everyone else eat it, and they just like dug in with their teeth. The end result of consuming an orange was accomplished, but the means was completely something I've never seen before. Like I said, that's a weird example, but that's the one that I could think of. When you like come back from traveling abroad, there's a sense of guilt and gratitude. So when I was working with the refugees in Greece, I was looking at these 2-year-olds like they were my nephew, and I was like, these kids have been through so much, and my nephew's at home and he gets to like enjoy a bed that he doesn't have to worry about bombs exploding outside of. I don't know why this is making me cry. I come home from a place where that doesn't have good plumbing, and I am like completely grateful that I get to throw the toilet paper in the toilet and it just flushes. Or I see all this waste that's everywhere and I get frustrated when people don't recycle, or I get frustrated with myself because I don't know how to recycle because I didn't really grow up with that. And so that's okay as long as I learn how to do it. So you definitely have like guilt and gratitude at the same time, and it's a very conflicting feeling, I guess. I wanted to sit down and figure out, why do I travel? What are the reasons that I travel, to see if I could replicate that just in everyday life. The 3 reasons why I travel is to make new connections with people. I've been on trips where I know everybody, and I've been on trips where I know nobody. Those trips for me are where the growth happens. Learn how to make new friends and make conversation and learn about other people and what they do, and I thrive on the new connections. The way that I integrate this is like talking to strangers in the coffee line or the barista because they're always open to a good chat. Someone invites me to do something that I've never done before. I want to say yes. And this is something that I'm realizing that I don't make enough time for. When I get asked to go do things in real life, which is what I need, I'm like, oh, I don't have time for that. And then just taking short trips. I don't need to travel for 2 months. I can take a week or 2 week trip and like feel very satisfied. I travel to learn new ways to do things, to learn new ways to see things, to learn everything. I'm taking courses. I'm going to in-person workshops to meet people. I'm going to a conference this week in California, reading more books, listening to audiobooks, trying to soak up as much stuff as I can. If I'm just here and I'm just working and I'm just doing what I know and what's comfortable, I don't learn very much. Lastly, to share. So obviously I've been sharing all of this on YouTube for the past 3.5 years. So I started a second YouTube channel and I'm coaching people on how to grow their business, how to grow their social media, consulting and coaching people. Seth said something interesting. He said, before you were comfortable in your boundaries, and then after, they're like, what is confining? And that's it. You have your boundaries that you're comfortable in. You leave, you grow, you learn new things, you experiment, you like come back with this sense of independence and pride and freedom. And then you go back to those boundaries and you're like, whoa, things are getting a little tight around here. I'm excited to start coaching people and consulting businesses and helping them hone in on their message and how to deliver it the best way. And so that's kind of where my next adventure is bringing me, but I'm still going to keep this channel so that I can just share fun things, because I also feel like, because I've been off traveling, I didn't learn how to curl my hair and I didn't learn how to like clothe myself. I don't know, when you're traveling, you live so minimally and you're like, that's not gonna fit in my backpack, I'm not buying it. You're so limited to the space that you just like make do with what you have, and if you show up kind of like inappropriately dressed, it's like, well, I live out of a suitcase. Now, it's like, all right, I need to learn how to adult. I literally don't know how to go to the doctor. I hope that you guys are okay with following this journey as it unfolds and also like taking you along for the trips that I go on. It's not like they're gonna stop. If you're going through this, I would love to hear how you're dealing. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and please comment with anything. Anything that you want to share, anything that you can relate on, anything. And go check out my Instagram, Living on a One Way. And if you're interested in the new channel, it's Hey Shayla. And if you're interested in coaching, send me an email. This video wasn't as upbeat as it normally is, but I just had to talk. Just real talk. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I will see you next Wednesday. Mwah. Bye. So I just got home and I see Amber outside and she waves to me. And I realized that she shut the door and it locked on her. If you don't Instagram while working out, do you even work out? Better. And, oh my God.